Now at the Ghan Museum, just outside of Alice Springs. Rode my bike, or a bike, out for that. Old post office letter box. And here's a nifty little one-man pedal it yourself rig. The thing in the back must be a brake. Cute little rig. I'm always fascinated by trains and the equipment that they used. Not only were they a major element in history, but I remember as a boy playing on trains. We had a little cart. I don't know if I'll see one. It was one of the train cars, little tiny thing like this without the engine and so forth. And we used to push that way up this hill and then jump on it and ride it down this big long hill towards the Coburg docks, where the old Coburg boat used to dock in Rochester, New York. Just compare this grader to the graders of today. One of the old trains, cars. Imagine the elegance of this before they started painting it when it was actually wood, if in fact that's how it originally was. I mean, it's wood underneath. Was this retrofitted for other uses after perhaps it was used as a passenger car? I don't really know. But if it were a passenger car, imagine the dreams and the thrills and the plans that traveled on these trains and the brains and hopes of others. Classics. I think it was these kinds that were used when I was a boy. I can remember when the diesel was heralded as a great new innovation in the same way that the 747 airplane was years later, decades later. A newer, what heavy, massive pieces of equipment these things were. I can still remember riding on the trains to Canada from Toronto, Brandon, Manitoba. Don't know what that is. I wish I could get inside. Aha. Maybe I can. Let's see. Steps are steep. Old people getting into a train. Nope, they don't want me to look. We're inside the old train. Well, these look like little stoves. Nope, oh, look at that. Little water tin plus a soap dish. Hot and cold. And it dumps here and probably dumps right out on the track. No wonder the animals must have loved this thing when it went by. Pumping out water, even if it was soapy. Imagine this when it was all new and elegant. Oh, these are the berths. One, and the upper berth there. Lights. Wonder how old these are. This doesn't seem that old. Maybe the 50s, eh? Yeah. Thank God they remain and can be restored. Don't know what this little panel door was, but it's something. Wonder if those things held it. Like that's where they would put your little dinner table if they delivered it to you, so they wouldn't have to enter into your room. Loudspeaker, soft, medium, loud. Probably the equivalent of piped in music, or was the piped in music of those days. The number. I remember this train vaguely, this kind of train. Power base for this one. Shower. Oh yeah, that would have been nice to have. Remember all the movies we've seen. Oh, the toilet here. Toilet here, shower at the other end. That's interesting. Air conditioning this had. Kitchen of some sort. Maybe this was the engineer, or the, yeah, probably the, not the conductor, but the porter's facility, perhaps. This held 4 people instead of just 2. It dumped right out the side, I bet you. Drinking fountain. Probably a car for carrying baggage here. Baggage, or perhaps even an open air train, so you could sit outside and under maybe some shade there, watch the going-ons. And the irony of going through a museum on the old technology as the roar of the new technology flies overhead en route to its landing. A cruel irony that this train, this old engine car, has to be facing the route by which all of its replacement aircraft fly by.